following is a presentation of DangerZone Productions.
Well, dear friends, the time has come again, where Bungie is once again releasing yet another installment to the Halo series. Like most gamers, I can recall playing the original Halo when it came out on the Xbox. It was a groundbreaking game, and we were hooked right from the get-go. Then Halo 2 came out, and just like the first, it didn't disappoint. With its superior gameplay, incredible story, and unforgettable characters, Halo 2 definitely left a special place in our hearts. And once again, Bungie felt the need to squeeze out another sequel. This time with Halo 3. And this time, Halo would once again break the barriers between what was considered good and what was considered friggin' awesome. Then, well, Bungie seemed to fall off the bandwagon, so to speak, by coming out with Halo Wars.
You, sir, are an idiot.
Which was more like a Halo game and rather just a collaborated mess, if you ask me. And then they made Halo Waypoint. I could go off on a tangent just describing how bad that game sucks my You blew it! But that's not what I'm here to talk to you today about. The game that I'm here to talk to you about is a game that had a lot of hype and had a lot of expectations, and in my personal view, dropped the ball yet again. And seeing how we are on the verge of the release of Halo 4, I felt it was necessary to talk about this game. Halo Reach. You know, I can remember so many people saying, "Oh, Halo Reach is gonna be badass, man. They're gonna learn from all the mistakes they made in Halo Waypoint." Sure they will, sure they will. And Adolf Hitler and Lizzie Borden are gonna appear in an all ice skating version of Hello Kitty. Look, the people nowadays who are gonna sit there and are going to defend games like Halo Waypoint and Halo Reach are the gamers that didn't grow up with the original characters. These are the gamers who didn't come into the story until Halo 3. They didn't grow up with the hype, with the anticipation of the original games. These are people who were still their pants in preschool when we were sitting in our underwear playing Halo 1 at all hours of the night. And I'm sorry, but if you are between the ages of, let's see, 7 and 11, you don't have an opinion when it comes to video games. The first thing that I have to bitch about when it comes to Halo Reach is the weapons. Because after all, that's why we play first-person shooters, right? I've said before in many of my reviews, first-person shooters are my all-time favorite genre of video games. Anything from frickin' Half-Life, to Call of Duty, to even BioShock. I love these games, mainly because of the exotic weapons that come with them.
Because after all, it's the guns that we actually care about when it comes right down to it. I mean, when a new edition of Call of Duty comes out, you don't care what the setting is or what the soldiers look like. At the end of the day, all you care about is how much destruction you can cause with the biggest freaking gun you can get your hands on.
Yes! This is my rifle, this is my gun, this is for fighting, this is for fun.
But the point is, Halo always had some of the best human and alien weapons for us to play around with. Halo Reach, not so much. Case in point, there's one weapon in this game called the DMR. What is the DMR? It's a piece of that's what it is. I did my own research on this, people. The DMR itself takes about 5 body shots if you're aiming at, various parts of the body, about 4 if you're going for the headshot. It's got about as much power as the pistol does, with the only difference being that the DMR can zoom. Whoop-de-doo! Who gives a shit? You'd be better off just trying to shoot somebody in the face with a pistol. Or hell, I'll do you one better. If you want to use the DMR, you got a better chance of running up and smacking them in the head repeatedly with a dog chewy toy than you do killing them with this thing. and the needle rifle. I'm not gonna lie, people, when it comes to Halo, I love the needler. It's one of my favorite weapons in Halo. But the needle rifle is complete shit. I have never seen such a useless weapon before. Basically, all it is it's a two-handed, long-range, rifle-based weapon that has the same effect as the needler. Much like with the DMR, the only difference, it can zoom. Woo! It can zoom! Who gives a shit? Just use the needler. Hell, at least the needler has a little bit of a homing thing going for it, so at least it can track your enemies, kind of like a heat seeker. What does the needler do? It shoots at long range with a sniper scope.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
And the grenade launcher. Oh my god, there are at least half a dozen different versions of the grenade launcher in Halo Reach. Most of which aren't worth it. And I'll tell you why. Because a grenade launcher, I'll admit, not the most accurate of weapons. It goes boom. That's the end of it. Okay. But when a grenade launcher fails to even do that, it fails at being a reliable weapon. I cannot tell you people how many times I tried using the grenade launcher in Halo Reach only to have the grenades fly every which way. The grenades don't even arc correctly. What is up with that? Why can't you just stick to the basic weapons? And while I'm on the subject, here's a plot point. Or in this case, a plot hole. It's a big gaping hole in the, I guess you might say, the chronology of Halo. Halo Reach is supposed to be a prequel to the original Halo. Okay, I can see that. It's no problem. Why is it that the weapons from Halo Reach aren't involved in Halo 1 at all? Seriously, what the happened to them? There's no weapons in it. The only original weapons that are in Halo Reach and Halo 1 are the machine gun, the pistol, the needler, the little pulse rifles and stuff. That's it. What happened to all the other weapons? Is George Lucas writing this now? Come on, people. I guess that's a problem when you try to make a prequel about 4 years after the fact.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
What else is wrong with this game? Let's see, oh yeah. One of the interesting aspects of Halo Reach is that it comes with a bunch of upgrades. Some of these upgrades are actually pretty damn cool. I can't even tell you guys how awesome it is to fly around Halo Reach on a jetpack. That is one of the coolest additions to this entire friggin' game. The hologram is also an interesting little tool to use if you're playing multiplayer, even if it does me off from time to time, mainly because I'm a dumbass and I fall for it half the time. And of course, you've got the ability to dash. But then you've got the one that is the biggest aggravation in the entire game. The frickin' armor lock. Oh, this thing me off. Not just me either. I have had so many people on Xbox Live and other places telling me how annoying armor lock is. Or as I prefer to call it, shield. We've all had this happen during play on Halo Reach. You'll be sniping some people left and right. All of a sudden you've got the perfect shot to snipe a noob. And all of a sudden he goes, boom. And he'll stay there for 20 seconds. Whole time he's doing this, he's basically allowing his force field to regenerate while you're sitting there going, come on, you son of a
Power armor is for
Well, okay,
That's gay! And to make matters worse, if you go try to get near him, the shield drains your health. How does that make any friggin' sense? Explain that one to me, Bungie, because I'm having a real hard time here trying to grasp the concept of this armor lock. The shield is stupid.
You, sir, are an idiot.
And you know what? When I think of the shield, I think of another plot hole with this game. Now, the game physics don't back themselves up very well. They really don't. There's a scene in Halo Reach when the main character is plummeting back to Reach. He survives falling out of orbit and landing on the ground. He should have frickin' liquidated when this happened. The reason he survived was because the armor lock. Which leaves me to believe that the only reason the armor lock is in the game is so that they could use it in the plot.
Now, for all the that I give Halo Reach, it does have one thing going for it, and that's the story. It's got this real good triumph/tragedy thing going for it that really is interesting and definitely pulls you in as you continue on through the story. But when there are plot holes, there are unbelievable plot holes. And unfortunately, a number of them have to do with the death of the Noble Unit. It's like the writers couldn't figure out how to get rid of these people or write them out of the story, so they were just saying, why don't we just kill them off in the most inconsistent ways possible? Are you sure that people aren't going to question that or maybe be a little upset or betrayed? Nah, they're just gamers. What do they know? Well, we know enough to know bull when it's staring us in the face. Exhibit A. One of the Spartans in the Noble Unit, Emil, gets taken out by getting stabbed in the back by an elite's energy blade. Quick thought, don't the Spartan helmets have motion sensors, so wouldn't he know that there was an elite right behind him? A little consistency. The death scene with Yorg was another one that really flossed my buttocks. I mean, this is the future, isn't it?
Bad news is,
I already went over once what happens with Yorg, the whole engine thing jamming, and he's got to stay behind to detonate it manually. Okay. This is the future. Don't you think that they would have some kind of contingency plan in case something like that would happen? And even if that wasn't the case, why not set a time bomb, thereby giving you more time to get off the ship?
Bullshit! Bullshit! Bullshit, 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 bullshit!
But by far, the biggest load of dung that this game serves us on a silver platter has got to be the death scene that involves Kat. This chick gets the silver end of the shaft as far as deaths go. And the reason that I say that is because it's not that her death was embarrassing or anything, but because it was so damn random. I never saw this coming. I mean, maybe that's what the writers were going for, was that it was such a big shocker, but it just seemed a little bit of a waste to me. They're on their way to their next coordinates when out of nowhere, a Covenant alien gets a pot shot and snipes her through her shield and her helmet, once again proving that that bulky armor they wear is completely useless.
Come on,
instant death.
Let me see if I can understand this right. Shooting a Spartan in the head completely bypasses her armor and her force field, yet when I play Halo Reach, when I've got a perfect shot at somebody's head, it takes me about 3 shots to get past their armor and How does that make any sense? The last thing that I've got to bitch about is, of course, the multiplayer. Because no game is complete without online multiplayer. Just like it seems like every game is not complete without controls for online multiplayer. One of the biggest problems that I'm sure many of you see is people saying, "Oh, he's hacking, he's modding." I get so tired of hearing people accusing other players of hacking and modding and modding and hacking. Did you ever stop to maybe think that maybe, just maybe, you suck at the game? I mean, did that ever occur to you? Honestly, it's not even the controls of the multiplayer that made me stop playing Halo Reach. It was the constant of the other players saying, "Oh, he's a hacker, he's a modder." No. Guys, statistically speaking, 9 times out of 10, it's mainly due to the person who dies is the reason they die. Because you suck. You suck at the game, that's why you keep dying. It's not the other player is modifying his gameplay or hacking the game. It's because you suck. Get over it. Or better yet, why don't you sit on your ass for another 15 hours a day, play the game some more, and maybe you won't suck. You'll suck at life, but at least you won't suck at Halo. So, that's all the that I really have to bitch about Halo Reach. Like I said, Halo 4 is coming out, and you can guarantee there's going to be a line of poor saps outside the video game stores off just waiting for a small smackerel of Bungie's table scraps. They'll be sitting around their TVs at all hours of the night going, For those poor people I say this: get a life, get a girlfriend, and get a grip. Till next time, I'm Danny South, and this has been Video Game Grievances. Keep on gaming, my friends.